Self-respect and responsibilities. Self-respect and taking care of your responsibilities. This will save your relationship with family, friends, and everybody else in your life, including your children as they get older. Being accountable for your own responsibilities. In a lot of situations, dating people, we haven't really gotten our self-respect intact, meaning we haven't gotten our basics intact. You know, Love Dorsey talk about basics, having your essentials intact. Kevin Samuels talked about men getting their things together in their life, the things that they need to be a grown man, things that women need to be a grown woman. And in a lot of situations, people sit around and they kind of play with their life. You know, from a child, you grew up in your mother's house and you went from your mother's house into an apartment with your boyfriend or your girlfriend. But you haven't learned to live on your own. This is why it's good for a person to always live on their own first. And a lot of us haven't done that. A lot of us haven't done that. We've always had somebody around to be there with and to carry us in a lot of situations. It's good to have people there for you when you truly need them. But in a lot of situations, we put all of our needs on them to help and assist us in life. And you've never been in a situation in your life where you were solely responsible for all your problems. Washing machine broke, you can always call your boyfriend or call your daddy or your mama or somebody to fix your problems for you. And when you're trying to be in a relationship, sometimes you lose respect for people because you have made them responsible for your responsibilities. So you get upset with them because they don't carry the weight of your responsibilities on themselves the way you carry it on them. Because you know that you need something. You know that, hey, this got to get fixed or this got to get done. And in a lot of cases, you need to bear the brunt and save people from having to deal with your shit. Save people from having to deal with your problems all the time. It is not your boyfriend or your girlfriend's responsibility every single day to fix every problem that comes up. But people put their problems on the people that they say they love. And it's putting all of your problems on the person that you say you love, truly loving them? Is it truly caring for them? Or have you made that person your parent? Have they become your caregiver? Have they become responsible for everything because you're incompetent? So you look for them to be competent for you and for your problems and your responsibilities. I know even in situations where you're co-parenting, sometimes we've been together so long that you've grown accustomed to calling them for every problem. And this is where arguments can come up, petty arguments can come up, because it's like, why am I responsible for everything that comes up? Why am I responsible to take care of every problem that comes into your life? Everybody has a life that we got to live. Everybody has situations that we go through. So this person has to go through their life and be competent for themselves. And then when your problem comes up, they also have to be competent for your responsibilities as if you're their child. What have you done? What are you doing to help yourself? And the real reason people get mad at you for not carrying their responsibilities is because they have no self-respect. They haven't gained any competence in their own life to hold down their own situation. It is good for you to go through the fire. It is good for you to go through the pain and the struggle on your own, to know what you're made of. Do you know what you're made of? How well can you solve problems without anybody carrying it for you? How well can you budget your money? How good are you at finding people and finding different price points to find who will do the best job for the good price that you can afford? Instead of taking your problems and putting a weight and a burden on the people you say you love's shoulders. But yet you want to argue them down when they tell you no. Or you want to argue them down when they tell you, I'm not able to do it right now, or we're going to have to wait a little while. Why are you angry at them? Why? It's because you made them responsible for your problems. Why are you making people responsible for something that you knew you should be responsible for? It could be anything. Anything could go on. Any problem can occur in life. And you have to know if you're competent enough to handle those problems. But it's a lot of people out here that they get into petty arguments with the people that they say they love because they have yet to solve their own problems in life indefinitely for months at a time and years at a time. This is why it's really good for people to live alone. Sometimes it's good just to be by yourself for a while. In a breakup, if you break up with somebody and you jump to another person, you haven't really figured out what you're made of. You haven't even figured out what you truly like in life. And I'm going to talk about that later, about knowing yourself, about knowing you, about having things that are sacred to you, because sometimes you can tell if people haven't found themselves because the house is dirty. You can tell by the way their furniture is set up inside their house whether they really know themselves. Because if you just have things that look cute and look nice, or you pick something just because it's just appealing to your eyes, but there is nothing in your house that they hold sacred, they're going to run through their house and wreck their own house because they don't even know themselves. They moved from their mama house and with the girlfriend, and moved out of the house with the girlfriend, back with their mama, found another girlfriend, back in the house with another woman, and they've never lived by themselves to get to know themselves. That's a whole nother topic we could talk about. But also what that does to you is when you have moved from one person to the next person, well, your problems that you had was on your mama when you lived with her. Your problems was on you and your sister when y'all moved together, or you and your brother when y'all niggas had moved together. And then now you moved in with your girl, so now your problems become her problems. Okay, you can't feed yourself today. Is it a person's responsibility to feed you? Or are you responsible to feed yourself? I know you should be able to call in a favor sometime, but are you always calling in a favor every time a problem come up? When's the last time you went 2-3 days without eating because you couldn't afford it? When's the last time your washing machine broke and you just had to go through it? You didn't call somebody to use their shit. You had to wait till you get paid and then go and wash your clothes. When the last time you had to just go through and wear 2-3 days of the same clothes till you figure this out? Have you ever figured out how to get the most out of yourself? So maybe your relationship problems and issues where you're arguing about petty things is coming from the fact that you're not competent enough to handle your own life. Come on, bro. Come on. What are you made of? Why you keep arguing at people for not handling your problems? These are your problems. You're responsible for your shit. Stop making people into your parent. Stop arguing people down because they not there to handle your problems. This is your shit, bro. Stop. Stop. What are you made of? Come on. Come on. People are not your caregiver like that. A true relationship is built off of I bring what I'm competent with and you bring what you're competent with and we come together. Now, sometimes it's good, even if you're with somebody, to not tell them about what you're going through. Sometimes you just got to go through the fire so that you can know what you're made of. And so that also you don't put a burden on their back. They got to deal with shit even when you're with somebody. Even when you're with somebody, there are things that are secretive that only are tailor-made to you that you may go through. Your depression, your feelings, you're struggling with your money and your finances, you're struggling with things in life and you're trying to figure it out. And then some people are so weak that they'll put it on the person that they with. But what if that person died today or tomorrow? How you going to figure it out? All you're going to do is find somebody else to put it on. What if that person leave you today or tomorrow? How you going to figure it out? Go through that fire, bro. If you can't eat today, you just can't eat today. It's all right to call it in once or twice a month, but bro, every day they're responsible for putting food in your mouth. Grow up. Grow up. Because you sometimes you will put a person in a situation where they have to think about themselves, their children, and you. Themselves, their family, and you. Stop. You grown. You can walk around. You're not crippled, blind, crazy, none of that. You are able to handle your own shit, but you don't even know what you made of because you have made everybody in your life responsible for your problems. Be responsible for yourself. If you finally broke up with somebody, don't be with nobody for a year. Try to find your own place. Try to live on your own. When your problems come up, try to figure it out. If it gotta wait, it gotta wait. If you can't do it right now, you can't do it right now. But I guarantee you'll figure out what you made of. I guarantee you'll figure out a way. You'll find it out. Look in that mirror. Figure out what you made of. Save your money. It'll help you save your money if you stop putting your problems on everybody. Come on now. Come on. How old are you? And you still putting your problems onto people. Those are your problems. Get great at figuring out your problems. So that way you can build relationships with people. Have a relationship one day where I'm good at solving problems. You will never have to be responsible for me. You will never have to be responsible for my shit. All you got to do is just love me. All you got to do is just care for me. We can build a great relationship together. I don't need you to be my mama. I don't need you to be my daddy. Come on. There are a lot of women who make their boyfriends and baby daddies their father. There are a lot of men who make women and baby mamas and girlfriends their mother. And then they wonder why the relationship don't go right. We are human beings. We all got our own shit to carry. Carry your shit. Stop making other people carry your shit and grow up. And then we'll talk about self-respect and knowing yourself in the next video. But right now, grow up.